We have Moderna here on the weekly chart we're going to look at, up around 13% on the day on Friday from Thursday's close, almost $8, about $7 and some change. We're getting close to the top of this overall structure here on the weekly chart. Nice little channel in here that we have created coming in ever since the end of last year. So good 2 weeks in a row in here. It looks like we're kind of flattening out up here, but if we can get this nice little push in here, we're going to see where this thing ends up. But overall, it looks like we're kind of tailing Eli Lilly in here. So anything that could happen with that stock. Obviously, Moderna could move accordingly, but we're going to keep an eye out and then see what happens in here. Good volatility all around in here. IV rank sitting at 85. Nice volume, especially to the call side in here. You can just kind of take your pick on each strike as you're going into this upcoming Friday's expiration. Nice volume everywhere. We're going to watch the open interest in here and see how things change in the next few days to kind of get a better idea of what's going on in here. But overall, good volatility, about $6 expected move being priced in by this Thursday's close next Friday, about $8 and some change. If you go all the way out to July, right around $11 in here. To the upside, what are we looking at? We have to get above this overall structure in here, which is going to be at that 72 mark. So 70 is going to be a nice cycle level, but really we want 72. We want to overrun it. We want to breach that 72. We want to hold it. And then let's consolidate above this overall structure in here. And then we can kind of focus and get our attention back on this 200 SMA. If not in here, we're going to come back down. We're probably going to set up right where we kind of opened on the weekend here, about $64. If not, then we're going to be coming back down here. Little hiccup right in here, about 59, but really 54 down here is kind of where we want to be. That's where the 9-day EMA is as well. So that's going to be a nice spot for us. And then eventually we have to come back down here and visit this $48 range if we do start rejecting this upper trend line of this overall structure in here. But if we can get a nice little breach in here, then we're going to be watching out for that 200 SMA. Obviously, things are going to change as we get into close in, or I'm sorry, into pre-market on Monday, and we're going to see where everything kind of opens up. But your RSI in here is relatively overbought. On the weekly, that doesn't really mean a whole lot to us, but we do have to kind of keep that in mind, especially if we're going to be up here for multiple weeks in a row, and especially at the upper trend of an overall structure in here. So that is kind of what we're taking a look at in here on the weekly chart. Nice volatility in here. Watch to the call side in here. That's where your risk, that's where your skew is. So let's keep that all in mind as we're going forward in here in Moderna on a shortened week. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.